Now it is good. I'm going to hit the button. I hit the button.
The button, man. Hit it.
The button is hit.
This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Superfacts. Brought to you by Phil Spencer. He stops by every single episode, courtesy of Fonz's soundboard. And I'm pretty sure we're live. We're going to make sure we're live before we do all this. Make sure everyone can hear everything. Try it out. I'm doing a few new settings behind the scenes here to bring some improved fidelity to the podcast as well. Fonz, say something, sir.
Hello. Hi.
All right, it's working. It's working. Chat, what's up? Let us know how you been. What'd you eat today? Huh? Also, welcome to Real Deal Xbox Podcast, where we try to have a blast. We're talking about everything, and yeah, it's all about the fun. Dark CMF, by the way, says, "Look, everyone, look, he pushed the button." Yes, sir, we sure did. And again, thanks for everyone being here. Hit the like button, share it out. Get it out there. You guys are part of the show. You make it what it is. Thank you so much. As we do some intros and shout outs. D-Batch, what have you been up to, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, man. It was a good day. I woke up this morning, and I looked at my PC, and I saw this game, Kenya, the Bridge of the Spirits or whatever. I thought it was an exclusive game to the PS5, and I got to play it on my PC. So I'm just really, really excited today. It's a good day. Unexpected surprise.
What's it called? Kenya Bridge of...
something.
Bridge of Spirits.
Spirits of the Bridges of Kenya.
All right.
All right.
Well, okay. Hey, Zucker, how you been?
Pretty good. Eating a peach right now. It's freaking juicy. It's great. Yeah, I also bought...
All right, Cypher.
I also bought Bridges... I also bought
Kingstar's Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that thing, I bought it on Epic Game Store also. Because, it looks pretty good, and I hear it's like beautiful, and plus it got some good reviews, so there you go.
Huh. Does it look better and run better on a PC or something?
I think so. I got a...
Oh.
Well,
goddamn
No,
RDNA
these guys
3.
are just
No,
DCMR.
I know.
Hey, Fonzarelli, how you been? Grounded Gamer. I mean, Fonzarelli Gamer. I'm sorry. Hey, I was multitasking, Fonz. Seriously though, buddy, how you doing?
Doing good. I was playing Ken and myself right now, right?
Really?
Before the podcast. Yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty good. Pretty good. So
Well, we're going to have a little section on some of the reviews and stuff, as we always do. We cover both sides, PlayStation, Xbox, just two sides of the same coin from the perspective of primarily Xbox gamers, right? Hey, Titan Drago, how you been?
Pretty good, man. I woke up too this morning, D. So good start for us, eh?
All right, you guys
Can't
both
complain.
You guys both go. It's good to have Drago on, man. We were playing Orcs Must Die, and last week I'm like, hey, I'm having fun. I remember hanging out with Drago. We should have him on the show again. It's been a couple years, man, so it's good to have you on, brother. Always trying to have friends on and people that we vibe with pretty well. Tim Dog, how you been?
Doing great. Happy. Hey! So, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that we don't have to hear anything about Rockstar Take-Two or craziness like that. We will go into that during the show, but happy to be here. It's going to be a great show. Happy that the fans are here, the chat, everyone. Love you all.
Yes.
Very humble.
Yes, I mean, awesome. Speaking of awesome, Archie, fuck me, Achievement. My bad, brother. He's a new member. Good to see a member in the chat there. Boba Fett Games, shout out to you. He says, great start to the show, you guys. Just cause of 6.0 earthquake in Australia. Holy crap.
Ooh, wow.
Everyone's fine, he says. Just tuned in. Well, man, hopefully, thanks for warning us. You're in the future, technically, in Australia, so everyone brace for impact, apparently. That shit's crazy. KY Bob.
Take your drinks outside. You'll be all right.
Take your drinks outside.
It's
KY
California,
Bob.
man. We have those like every other day.
What KY Bob said, quit the grinning and drop the linen. KY Bob is here. classic Kentucky saying. He says, also, this just in, Microsoft buys your house, Ubisoft, and Sega. LOL, I joke. Yes. Hopefully they didn't. But yeah, Microsoft buy everything. And we're going to talk about all this acquisition stuff going on. There's a reason we didn't push any of this stuff publicly at all. And let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But again, shout out to everybody already tuning in, guys. You guys are amazing. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Let me do some shout outs real quick for Patreon, and then we will get into the first topic, which is going to be a blast. We got Fort Boy Gaming, we got Dave Incubus, Ricky Fallon, Darj Knight, Falling Z, Not Silik. We've also got God's Geeks, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, shout out to you, brother, Nano Polymath, Zordon, Costanza, Scott Trooper 74, KY Bob, Goose 8402, Strawhat Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Quiztail, John Bluebeck, Boss Stever X, Real Deal Neil, and of course, the always awesome, which, all these guys are awesome, but Suicide King, Tasteless Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cabillo, All Might, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. You guys are freaking awesome. If you want to come to Patreon, links down below. I'm recording this one too for more experimentation with the uploading stuff. We're doing some skits and stuff with the RDX podcast on the online stuff. But anyways, Xbox buys everything. Now, this has been something that's, over the last week, I've gotten like a billion DMs.
Dude,
What's
so
happening? How come everyone's standing by? What's the deal over here? My legs are hurting. They're tired out from standing over here. And what are they buying? And true or false, did we push anything at all really on this show in terms of like this is happening? No, we didn't. Okay. So
We didn't do that.
what the hell's going on out there, Fonz, really? I mean, why is Twitter going nuts and why are people running with everything?
Well, apparently it's been acquisition season since what, January, February? I don't even know at this point, but
season? Okay.
there's a lot of people that's been standing by for quite some time for some huge news, and then the news never came or something. I don't know what's going on, but people are out there going, what's happening? I see people like there was so many different tweets saying, hey, something's about to happen, stand by, and nothing ever came to fruition. So I don't even know what's going on here. Does anybody know on this panel what's going on?
It's not about no, right? Like, so I think people just run with things, right? And I think it was kind of a mixture of it's the 1 year anniversary since Bethesda. So everybody's like, oh my God. Sony just had a show, so Xbox needs to do something. And they're kind of like fumbling around, just thinking, but like,
Hang
we
on,
didn't
you
push
said
anything,
Sony
but
just
we're
had
not.
a show? Xbox needs to do something?
That's what I'm saying. People had that, like,
Yeah.
people
What
had
the
that
fuck?
feeling, like, like people think, like, you need to counter it. You need to counter it.
What are you
right?
talking
Like,
about? They didn't even counter Xbox's show months later.
Exactly. So everybody's in this hype zone, but I just feel like it's just we didn't say anything on this podcast ever. We were just like, yeah, Satya Nadella said, yeah, we're going to be buying new studios. Phil Spencer has said it. We never said that was coming. Like right now, it's coming to get announced. Of course, they're working on something in the back end. We don't know what it is.
Well, this is
yet.
much worse than that,
But it's
Zucker,
like,
because
dude.
people are like, because we've talked privately about some things, and there's a reason that we talk privately about it. But people are saying, massive publishers and this and that and this and that. And I'm not shitting on those guys. We've all been out there and talked about this stuff, and we've all, like the Battlefield leak. I was told 2022, and I'm still told they're internally pushing. The team behind Battlefield is pushing for 2022. But I leaked the delay a day before it happened on Twitter, and it turns out it's November 19th, not 2022. So we all get, wires crossed and stuff. And we'll see if that does fall to 2022. I hope not, because I'm really looking forward to playing the damn game. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to shit on people that are doing this stuff unless you're... The thing that I find cringy and stupid about this is when people develop an attitude about you were told some shit. You know what I'm saying? There is a track record, and I feel like, there's people that have gotten where they are based off foresight and this and that and this and that. And there's other people that just been told things, and people that got both. And then there's other people that really, they got a mixture, they got one or two or the other. And then they're arrogant or cocky about this type of shit. And that stuff really makes me fucking cringe. So this is video games. And if you get some information, that's awesome. But having an attitude about certain things or being, arrogant about it, that's some nerd shit right there. I just, ultimately, Tim Dog, I called you last week. I'm like, Tim, I'm not hearing fucking shit from anybody I talked to. Are you hearing anything? Because what are these fuckers talking about? Like, I'm not hearing anything happening.
Yeah, you called me, and I was like, I hate to say it, I think there's nothing going on. I said I will go see if I can find out some stuff, which I did. I asked a couple of people that I trust and that have a good knowledge of stuff, and their answer was no, not hearing anything. So like I said, to you on the phone when we were talking about it, and Zorker talked about it a little too. I think people want an announcement so bad that they're trying to like will an announcement and push something that's not there.
Yeah,
and it got real. I hate to say it got like to a fever pitch last week, and then everyone thought Monday, well, here we're gonna get something. and Monday came and passed, and it was kind of shitty. The bottom line is, listen, people do hear things. You do get tipped off or stuff like that, but there's no way of really knowing anything, or it's very dangerous to say, "Hey, it's coming."
What the fuck
I've
is
been
it?
I've been in that position where I've known things, and they were supposed to drop, and I've said things, and it didn't drop exactly the way I thought it was.
It's the exchange, right?
You get things caught in trouble, but this one was like real. To be honest, listen. Xbox is going to do something. Obviously, saw Satya say, we are going to do more. And he trust me, his word is out there. He knows what he said. All of Xbox knows what he said. But it's not going to come on a time where we want or where the fans want it. It's just going to happen when the business of the deal or the art of the deal actually gets done and then gets announced. It's not going to happen just because we want news. So this got really out of hand. I told people that were involved with it, chill out, don't say anything. I don't think anything was happening. And, the people on Twitter and I don't think anybody at this podcast, we kind of all knew that there's nothing there. I mean, the fact is, yes, some people were tipped off the night of Bethesda, maybe 4 hours before it, 6 hours before it. But
some people knew about it months and months before it happened.
But but the fact is that that stuff usually is like, especially if it's like Rockstar or what Take Two, like that's not going to be predicted and thrown out there and say, "Hey, your announcement's coming." That it doesn't work like that. And I honestly, as Xbox fans and through the community, and I've seen a lot of people like saying, "I want acquisitions more than games." Yeah, I understand that studios make games, but we got to kind of like chill out on the acquisition front. They have 23 studios. There's more coming. But it's not going to come on a time where we demand it. It's going to come when obviously the deal gets done and whatever happens, happens. But like some of the stuff that I saw really got a little ugly, and it was all, manufactured because of things like, hey, you have to counter Marvel. Hey, we haven't had news in a long time. Hey, acquisition season type stuff. Unfortunately, that stuff's not going to fly, and we got to, just even as a community, kind of chill out on that stuff. I can tell you this much. E3, Xbox was worried or people at Xbox were worried, and I know this for a fact because there was the false expectation set that the acquisitions were coming. So they thought they had this great show, but then they saw obviously we're buying this, and that, and it's and then people think like it's happening and it's a done deal, and then they set themselves up for disappointment. And that's the thing that, like I said, we can't do as people in the community, a gamer. I've done it myself. You just can't do it. You set yourself up for a disappointment, and then like you're blaming Xbox for nothing that they're totally innocent. They didn't do anything.
Well, I want to give a few shout outs real quick because obviously we got to give a shout out to some of these guys, but also I want to let people know real quick. This is World War Z running on the Series X. World War Z Aftermath is basically Gen 9 aware, so they're running at double the frame rate and all this. So let me know if the buffering's weird on anything, Fonz. Anybody watching this, or if you are, because I am doing this at a more demanding thing here. So let me know if you notice any oddities. Real quick, Yadani, he does say Microsoft. He's a 8-month channel member, by the way. He says Microsoft is buying PegasusNation.net from their active username numbers. Oh my god. He says those fire 0 comment articles gonna be they got 0 comment articles in PegasusNation.net, huh? Shout out to you, Donnie. Thanks for the comment. Then we got Rebelos 00. He does say I got myself a costume for Halloween. It's a horse head mask and a t-shirt with Sony make believe in quotations. we'll be giving. Thank you so much, sir. You know that's a hell of a hustle. Halloween is coming up. Let us know your costume ideas down below. Let me get a couple more of these here. We've also got Purple Haze. Shout out to you, brother. $10 super chat. He says, "Hey gang, so I gotta know. There's a lot of Xbox FPS games, and not evenly enough for the third person action adventure games that's playable. That's something we've actually talked about a lot internally. So he's talking about there's not a lot of third person games right now with good narrative story thoughts. Yeah, we've talked about that over and over, brother. We want something kind of like that, not like Sony. Like I think people falsely attribute this to be like Sony. No, this is just we're gamers, right? We want. Yeah. There's a reason if you like Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that's because they're good fucking games. And as gamers, we want some games like that potentially because there's not that many third party ones. Think about that. There's really not.
No.
Tony Bryant.
Max Payne.
Last one here for a bit. Tony Bryant, member for 23 months. Shout out to you, brother. He does say, Ayo, glad to be here live. Xbox owns my soul. Buying it back on Game Pass. Though, new 2K hurts my soul. Yeah, man, the fucking broadcast camera and shit and team up's fucked. There's no broadcast camera or anything. But anyways, we'll come back to all that stuff towards the end of the show.
I wanted to piggyback off what Tim was saying about all this stuff with this whole acquisition thing. And you got to blame the so-called insiders and stuff that said anything recently. And honestly, it's like those guys putting any kind of cryptic tweet out there or just, saying something to the fact that we may get some news. It's just awful. Stop. I mean, seriously. And for the people out there that are upset about them not announcing another acquisition, you got to understand something. They just picked up ZeniMax last year. All of ZeniMax. Like, what more do you want? They've got all the Bethesda games. They've got Arcane. Yep. They've got so many good studios coming from them. And the fact that all these games come along with it. I mean, you're talking about Doom. You're talking about Wolfenstein. You're talking about...
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
You're talking about all these freaking great... I mean, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive, people.
Fallout. Starfield.
Starfield. Fallout. What more do you freaking want right now? Calm down with the whole acquisition thing. It's ridiculous.
It's a rush
honestly.
to be somebody to jump there. So
I'm gonna and I gotta agree with Fonz. The people that put the vague tweets out there, I don't like that. Like, I know something you don't know. Like everybody in the panel right here gets DMs from so many people about stuff, and we don't make videos or talk about that stuff that we've heard because we've heard some crazy shit, but we just don't. We're like, yeah, okay, well, until it's official. Or like until we know like a credible source.
I already know that and not allowed to say anything or whatever. Yeah, especially Titan Drago, he's an insider.
It's just weird. And then even that, like even these rumors, I like in our video we said it on the podcast. Like we said it last week. That ZeniMax deal is once in a lifetime. Like we might not ever see something like that again. Like and we've made that extremely clear. So if you see somebody saying hearing this gonna be big and then that's it and they don't go in specifics, like Dealer went into specifics about Battlefield, right? He said, hey, hearing it's gonna be delayed. And there you go. Like he brought up Battlefield, that's a specific game, saying it's going to be delayed. Like he heard it from a credible thing and he put it out there. So
Zucker,
it's like,
what was hilarious is the fact that remember Dealer came into our DM and kind of put that cryptic thing out there. 2021 changed for me, and I'm like, wait, hold up, what is this, Dealer? So I had to call him, and he told me, yeah, hey, I'm hearing Battlefield's going to be delayed. That's not something I ran with and went to Twitter and said, hey guys, I just heard. No. What I did was I told Dealer this. I said, Dealer, I'm going to let you handle that, whatever, and I'll see what happens,
I'm going to wear a Ninja Turtle outfit.
Later on that night, he posted it, and then articles were written like crazy, and Dealer's name was being put out there, and I'm just like, dang.
I didn't even see the articles. Really looky there.
There was a ton of articles written about you, man.
Oh, man.
Putting that out there. And I was just like sitting there going, wow, like, see, this is what somebody does that hears something on the inside that's fact-based, puts it out there, and then you see what happens. It's different. I mean, it's not like telling people, hey, something's about to happen.
Yeah. And I got to give a shout out too while I'm remembering to my source on that, which obviously you can't say, you can't say who the fuck it is, but I do appreciate it for the heads up on that. And I want to get Drago's thoughts. I didn't have Titan Drago on here for no reason. The guy's full of charisma and he's just fun to talk to. So fine, you wrap up this acquisition season thing. I know D-Batch is probably, he's going to repeat a lot of what we said, and I'm sure I want your final thoughts, but I mean, we got a lot of other topics to get to as well. I can throw you to the beginning of the next one if you want. But Drago, you were the one who reminded me of this topic. That's why I wanted to at least get your take on this. Acquisition season, Xbox buying everything.
I mean, yeah, I called it the fraudulence topic for a reason, right? My thing is, there was just so much vagueness in every single tweet I read this week. I was like, it's like, I wish I could give people a beer and have them gain some goddamn common sense from it, right?
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I'm personally like, well, I don't see this stuff happening just because I'm using common sense. Like, I've seen more evidence for fucking like PlayStation rumors, and those are never fucking right. So I didn't get my hopes up, right? But it's like, damn, guys, like, calm the fuck down. When someone tweets like the side eye or something, that don't mean shit.
What do you mean? Eyeball emojis means everything. Don't you know?
Yeah, like fucking, what has he got? Some eye boogies or something? We want to talk about that on our podcast? Fucking like
so seeing all this stuff though, it's just, isn't it a good thing that all this happened though? Can't you think about that now and be like, I'm glad all this happened, and a lot of people are just gonna calm the fuck down now.
Well, I just think it's crazy how literally everyone took like a Seinfeld tweet, like a tweet about nothing, and essentially ran with it like a bunch of ponies or something. You know, it's like yeah, it literally was. So it's like a tweet about nothing, and it's like, oh my god, let's fucking just light a match on this and blow it up and smoke it. Let's all smoke out of this pot.
Let's stop smoking stuff unless really, I mean, some of it too though. You gotta like, there's some people that put stuff out there and like, hey, they wanted a little bit of attention, but I think that stuff gets blown out of proportion by a lot of people in the replies and stuff too.
Oh, for sure.
But at the same time, you gotta kind of, I don't really, it's not that interesting of a topic at the end of the day. It happened a minute ago, and it's just one of those things where people just, learn and live and learn, right? So I even tweeted, just calm down, let's play some games. But speaking of games, we could talk about some other stuff here, D-Batch. I want your God. Here, I'll come to this one next. Actually, I'll move it back because I've been talking. Kina, Bridge of Spirits. This is the banger that you've all been waiting for. Fonz, D, you played this, right? What is the Metascore on this right now? Somebody check this out. Chat, let us know. And of course, what are your thoughts on it so far, D-Batch?
It's a pretty good game. Like visually, it looks amazing. So for an indie developer, and this is their first game, I have to say they hit it out the park, and they have a bright future. At the same time, it's not reinventing the wheel, so it's fun. It's a kind of a feel good platformer game. It's got a pretty good story that I'm into, and the art style, the graphics look great. I'm not too much a fan of the combat just for the button placement. Apart from that, it seems like it has some depth, and it looks like as you progress, you get new abilities and new combos, and you get like a grappling hook. I'm only about like an hour and a half in, so I can't give it a full review, but what I've played so far, I've really enjoyed it, and it runs amazing on my PC, to be really honest with you. I know that Zocker has this a 3090 just like I do, and it was running at 4K 60 with everything to the max, and it looked beautiful, and it's nice to see a game that's on the console also play well on the PC. And it was surprising too to see it on the PC, because this was like the big game that everybody was.
It's all they have for 2021, right?
Yeah.
Left. I mean,
and it's on the PC, and you know what? I gotta say, like, I'm gonna just keep it 100. Options are always a good thing. So I love the option to play my Xbox games on my PC, on my console. I like the cross progression. I don't know if this game has that. It probably doesn't, because it's an Epic Store game. Nonetheless, options are always good. So I don't understand why PlayStation guys just get upset that this game's on PC, or try to ignore it, or make fun of Xbox games that are on PC and say they're not exclusive, when it's clear that Sony is doing the same thing. And this is like kind of a day one game that's on the PC.
Yeah, but D, this has always been a multi-plat, and it's a timed exclusive. Is it
coming to the
Xbox? Yeah, it's coming.
Has that been confirmed?
Yeah, no, it definitely is confirmed. It's been known that that's happening. We just don't know how long this timed exclusive is.
So wow. So
this
the
is
level,
like
the levels of hyping up of this game, then, because they even got me believing this was an exclusive.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And as far as the game, it doesn't really have much depth to it. Like, it's It feels
the
like
combat's
an old,
not so.
the combat. It feels like an old style, platforming combat game. It doesn't really have much to it, but it's I guess you could call it charming. It's got an appeal to it. Like there's an aesthetic to it that looks nice. It looks kind of Pixar-ish.
Yes,
and
yes.
like it's a fun game so far. I'm having fun with it, but it's nothing mind-blowing. It's got an 84, which is a great score on Metacritic. That's currently what it's at.
Yeah.
And it's a good game. It's a solid game. It just for the price too. It's only like $40 on PlayStation 5, which is crazy.
I think it looks pretty awesome.
So it'll be $20 on Xbox.
You brought up You brought up Pixar. It's actually because this studio was an animation studio.
Yeah.
They worked on animation and all that stuff, and so they just kind of like took that and went into gaming. And for their first like jump into gaming with a new game and a new IP and everything, I think they did pretty good. The game is like stunning. Like it looks really, really well done graphically. There's no hitches. A lot of people that have reviewed it have said that there's no, like they didn't run into any game breaking things at all, which is
crazy,
which is fucking rare, right? Like that's just so rare nowadays. Like the last game was like Psychonauts 2 that launched pretty well. Didn't have that many bugs from what I remember. So
and first timers, man.
Yeah, and their first time coming out there. So yeah, man, good on them. I know the thing that was weird about the game is that like Sony did make it seem like it was a PS5 exclusive, but it was also like the company itself didn't give review copies until super late, and then when they had the game come out, that's when the review embargo lifted, which is like literally like at 9 whatever o'clock at night it came out. That's when the review embargo lifted, which is always that those two things are bad signs. Spooky. Yeah, it's weird. It makes people think like, oh, this is gonna be shit. But then it ended up being really good, and people were like, "What did you do?" And then I think that's their first time coming into gaming. Like that's a problem, right? They're like, "Oh, we didn't know that's what it meant," right? So they kind of didn't know how to market it. But so far, it's getting good reviews. And hey, man, if you can play it on PC or PS5, it looks pretty sick. So I'm gonna be jumping into it a lot this week.
Oh, you haven't played it yet?
No, I downloaded it, launched it, ran around a little bit, but I don't consider that playing it. I got to.
No. Yeah. When you get into it, you'll see what I'm saying. Like the combat really isn't anything like fantastic or anything. There's nothing there that it tells me that it's going to get really any better. It is what it is. Like it's a great game. Is this Ember Lab's first game? I believe.
Yeah, first game, period.
Yeah. So I mean, for a first game, it's great. It's an indie game. Don't expect too much, but it looks cool. It plays cool, and I heard the story's decent. So
for an indie game, I'm always on these guys' ass, man. But for an indie game, this is immaculate for me, honestly. And like Zocker said, the price is right. I think it's worth the price of admission. I don't know how far you're into the game, Fonz, but there are some other like game mechanics that because I read some little spoilers, but there are some other game mechanics that come into. But yeah, I agree with you. They're not reinventing the wheel, but
yeah, like using those little rots is interesting. That's a different game mechanic it does throw in there. But as far as just the combat goes, it's kind of Souls-ish in a way, but very basic. Very basic. True. Don't expect Souls.
Yeah, that's what I cranked it up to another level, like because it's like 4 levels of difficulty. And when you crank it up, it does get a little bit harder, man. So yeah, I understand that reference for sure.
Imagine that moving up the difficulty makes it harder.
I don't think so.
And dealer died. There you go. There's no dealer here today. He's gone. What the heck? Dealer's gone.
Hello, really my baby.
Hello,
my sunshine. Hello, my.
Hey,
dealer.
Hey,
get in here.
He's dead. So, yeah, let's
just go ahead. Dealer died from whatever the game's called. Yeah, Kana, and everything else going on. And then he probably just got DMs about the acquisitions, and now he's gone.
He just had a hard
time.
Sorry, I was learning about acquisitions.
No, there he is. We were standing by.
Like my cat's freaking the fuck out right now. It's like, just like in the corner. So I tuned you guys out. What'd you guys say? Hey, cat, calm down.
I'm sorry, Tim. I had to clip that hey at the beginning of the show.
Hey.
I want to talk about Activision real quick. And I was watching a show, one of Boomstick show earlier, and I was talking to Pongsoul because Pongsoul just nailed it on this particular issue. And you guys know me. I do this stuff to escape from real life crap, that doesn't mean we don't care or that we don't want to talk about it or that we're afraid to talk. No, we just don't want to talk about it like in a way, right? Does that make sense? Like we want to escape from a lot of this stuff. So I
you
feel
wanted to escape from your own show just now.
I did escape, shit. And
you're like, I'm gone.
So when it comes to, don't fuck over your own employees. I'm not going to sit up here and white knight for shit that's common sense. Like you guys in the chat know that. Don't fuck people over. Don't do dumb shit to your fucking employees. Activision's a piece of shit. I've been saying it for years while everyone else playing Destiny. It's obvious that Bobby needs to go and things need to change. I'm not going to fucking spend 45 minutes talking about the shit because I don't want to. But what I will say is Pongso killed it earlier because they're talking about Diablo and how there is a team that Activision are paying basically to do this stuff. And people are talking about boycotting the game, Diablo, the new one, even though they're charging a lot of fucking money for that old piece of shit. I'm with Pong. Like, I'm not going to make good people pay for what the CEO of a company did. And these guys, their jobs are hanging in the balance and stuff. So I was curious, do you think, and this will be a short one, right? Because, again, what I just said, but Zalker, do you think Diablo 2 is going to be affected by this, the re-release, the remaster that you do love? Instead of, you don't like that Space remaster, but this one's cool.
No, I didn't say this one was cool. I just loved it.
Are you getting it?
I already have it on the Xbox. Yeah, I bought it.
Oh shit! So, do you think it's going to be affected by the boycott bullshit?
I don't know. It might be, to be quite honest. I have no idea. Everybody that I know bought it. That's played it.
Exactly.
Like, it's a nostalgia thing, but I don't know. It might over a while, but to me, it just like you said, like these people that have worked on the game, like they're not all bad people. Not every studio's bad. Yeah, there's some bad people in there that need to get the fuck out of here. But geez, it's like, I don't know, man. It's whatever. Like, that's why we don't talk about this shit because it's just weird. We talk about games. We want to have a good time, and that's it. And if there's something out there, like it's common sense, right? Like it's common sense. Bad people are everywhere. Just get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of gaming. Get them out of the industry. Get them out of every industry.
And then we can go back to talking about Crackdown and Bugs next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Crackdown for 1,000 hours.
And I'll just say though that if you're in a position of power at the company, if you're the boss or in management or whatever, get rid of those types of people. All right, get rid of the people that allowed stuff to continue to go on because stuff was heard and everything.
Yeah,
those are the people you need to just crush. Get out of there and let the developers work.
Yeah. The grunts aren't doing that stuff. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I think it comes from management. You got to run the ship, and if you're not running a good ship, they got to go because obviously they allowed this stuff, and it always comes from the top, man. So get rid of these guys. I agree with you guys. There's a bunch of talented people that work there that had nothing to do with this, and that are probably disgusted by the culture that's there. But unfortunately, they need to support their families, right? This is their living. So it is what it is sometimes, but. If you're Activision right now and you want to get some goodwill back and just show that you care, get rid of these people and show the world what you're doing, that you got rid of this person, that person, this is what we're doing to change the atmosphere in our company. I think that's their only way.
Head down, top of the snake down, D-Batch.
Yeah, but gamers at the end of the day, honestly, they're kind of selfish, so if it's their favorite game, they're probably going to cop it. I don't think it's going to affect it too much.
Yeah, fuck you, Zachy. A big shout out to a big shout out to Purple Haze. He says, "Do you think we'll get a Activision that will involve us getting a superhero game acquisition?" Not sure, man. Also,
I don't think so.
We've got man, I wish I could fucking what is this? Atricus? Shout out to you, brother. He does say Microsoft to acquire a possible. What the? Oh, Microsoft to acquire Pony's Heads because that's where Game Pass lives. Yes, rent free. Some of the memes, bro. I'm like dying. And then we got Achievement. Shout out to you, brother. He says Brad Sanders tweeted today that there's something going on bigger than an Xbox Newswire article. That's all that everyone's been hearing. So it's probably one of those things. Dark CMF. He says. If we are able to do so, everyone change your Spartan ID to Gaz in the upcoming flight. Oh my God, Gaz has enough problems, sir. All right,
Gaz
he doesn't
get invited. That's why. Again,
I know. That's what I say. He's got enough problems. You don't need to let Gaz.
crazy.
They saw his shout out to a certain.
I don't think he's signed up right.
Oh my
they said a lot of people didn't sign up right.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe
man.
he didn't.
Are you talking about the Halo thing?
the flight.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
can't, dude. I'm busy this whole weekend and I can't even play it. So I'm like, cool.
Well, next weekend. It's for the next 2 weekends. So
Yeah, it's this weekend, next weekend. Yeah.
Whee!
Hey, and then we've got another one for now. Union Jack, he says, fact, Nintendo net worth 57 billion, Sony 133 billion, Microsoft 2.2 trillion. Microsoft can basically buy everybody, whoever they want, and relax everybody. Yeah. I mean, again, it's it's an interesting time out there. Shout out to everybody in the super chat. I missed this one. I might have missed this one too. I'll go back. But he said, Danny in the super chat, Danny Passion, he does say Microsoft is buying me a new car. Let's go RDX. Which kind of car? Is it a Saturn? It's not a Saturn. Is it Saturn? You remember those? Those exploded.
Wow, are they still around?
No, they're not. Hey, let's give a big shout out to almost 1,200 people already watching this, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Let's try to get closer to 1,000 likes for the end of the show. And of course, tell your mom, your grandma, and all your friends about the show. We do appreciate it.
Grandma's already listening. Thank you.
Like some grandmas.
My grandma.
A lot of them out in the country, they don't got any kind of internet services. You hear?
Gam.
A game. But yeah,
I think I was a teenager when Saturns were like out and about in the wild normally.
out exploding into the neighborhood near you.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Well,
yes.
Deal, I'm just thinking like how a couple bad eggs ruin everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we boycotting a great company for a couple bad eggs? Like, I understand some frustrations, but that's a knee-jerk reaction, right? Like, let's bring the common back to sense. Like, I'm an educator and I've never given anyone the advice, hey, maybe you should, make a knee-jerk reaction. Maybe you should do whatever comes to your mind first.
But you just say we're boycotting a great company. You mean a great game, a great franchise? Not a great company, though, right?
Oh, man, it just depends what angle you're looking at it, I guess. I mean, they make great games, which would make them a great company, right?
I mean, they made Modern Warfare 2019. That was a great game.
I mean, I'm gonna be fucking real. Blizzard hasn't made shit. So like they've been freaking trash, and it's just whatever.
I don't know.
I don't even want to go into it. Start crying and shit.
Well, you know what we can't go into? The fact that I don't know if any new developments have happened from this. I know Post Up shared this on Twitter. It was a translated article. So there's always a possibility that was been mistranslated, but everything that we've seen is not. The creator or one of the leads from Gran Turismo 7 was saying ray tracing is only available in the replay cam and like the pit area stuff.
Yes.
Wait, is there even any new developments with that at all, D-Batch? Is that what the fuck is going on? You got fake pictures, backgrounds, with fake cars in them, and now you got ray tracing only in the replay cam.
Honest to tell you, it makes sense to me. It doesn't it sound like a Sony thing to do? It makes sense. Because I'll be honest with you, I remember the original Gran Turismo. I can't tell you how many freaking hours I just sat there watching my replays, just oohing and awing. So I can imagine a lot of people are going to do that with the ray tracing on. They're going to take the pictures and they're going to post them against Forza picture and say, look. And
well, weren't these guys given Forza Horizon, which again, we had only ever said it from the beginning, the ray tracing is only in the Forza Vista mode, right? We never pushed anything beyond that. Weren't those guys talking shit about that? And that's an open world racing game at 60 FPS.
Yeah. I just don't, honestly, from what we saw from Gran Turismo, like I wouldn't be talking any type of smack about that game, to be honest with you, because the Forza that's coming out, that's not even really truly a next gen Forza. Like it looks fantastic. Not gonna take anything away from that. It looks fantastic, but it's not the next gen engine, and it's smoking what I've seen so far from Gran Turismo. I would just cool your horses, honestly.
Put some water on those horses.
Yeah, man. Just chill out, man. I think it's cool that it's gonna have ray tracing in the replay mode. That's cool. Whatever.
And in the garage. Yeah, and in the garage.
Maybe the menu too. Bond, stop spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
Maybe the menu.
Yeah, maybe the UI. Hell,
I want
go with the whole
I want
PS5
HDR
UI.
Y'all better like it or lose it or weep it.
Fire. Yeah. I like to burn in my OLED screen a lot faster than
I am getting tired of that screen flash every time I boot up an HDR game or leave one. I'm getting tired of that shit.
Man.
LG need to make that fucking
shit.
process. The handshake, like D says, like faster.
Yeah.
Like y'all motherfuckers need to go to handshake school and develop some better handshake. All right. And also, you were saying Gamers Nexus tested the machine early, and you were right to think what you were thinking last time we talked about this. The new PS5 was tested, and there were some numbers out there, and it turns out those numbers are not actually correct. And Gamers Nexus, I trust. Like, everyone with a brain looks at Gamers Nexus and the guys over there with a lot of respect because they go all out, literally rip the machines apart and lick every single crease.
And they did a collaboration with Digital Foundry, so they both had videos on their own channel. And Digital Foundry was doing the benchmarks, and then Gamer Nexus was doing the teardown. And basically, the sock is running hotter. So all you guys that got on Austin Evans' ass, it's the sock is running.
The system on chip, APU.
Yeah. The memory appears to be running. The memory appears to be running a degree or maybe 2 degrees cooler. It's margin of error there, but it does have better surface contact area with the memory, so it does appear that it's getting a degree cooler at least. Let's just say at the minimum. So
you're talking about the RAM and not the SSD, or both, or what?
I'm talking like the VRMs and the memory. They're cooler on the PlayStation 5, but just by like a degree. But the sock is getting hotter, so it kind of offsets itself. Basically, it's like a moot point. Like I said in my video, like technically it is a downgrade, but it's not impacting the performance of the PlayStation 5. Now the longevity of it, we'll leave that out there because I don't expect it to die anytime soon. But you get any type of electronics hotter, it's gonna lessen the lifespan of that. But I don't think it's gonna die in the next 5 years. Don't worry. But nonetheless, it's it's running hotter, man. And the sock is running hotter, and the memory's a little bit cooler. Everybody cooled their jets. I think actually Digital Foundry also did a video today. They did some update launch for the PlayStation 5, and some of the games appear to be running like 1 FPS better or something. And they also pointed out that Microsoft also had that on the Xbox. They said that Control is now running perfectly, and that game was running horribly. That's one of the games that they compared against the PlayStation 5. And everybody was trashing the X, and they've said that game has been patched. They said the game wasn't patched on the game level. It looks like it maybe was a system patch or something. I'm not really sure what happened there, but the game is running flawlessly. So just over time, these systems are fairly new, so they're gonna get updates to run better. But let's put this PS5 debacle behind us. It's hotter. It runs a little bit hotter, but the games perform the same. So you're not gonna have a choice what PlayStation you can get anyway.
Ray tracing coming to your menus soon.
There you go. Ooh-wee. Don't get an OLED. Burn in.
Hey, burn. Hey, we've also got a good topic here for Tim Dog here. Minecraft. Microsoft kills games records by having the most successful franchise of all time, apparently. 1.1 billion generated in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, and they purchased it for 2.2 billion in
years ago.
And people said that was a bad buy. So
wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, Minecraft just keeps going. It was probably it is the most successful acquisition Xbox has had. And it's still going. 1.1 billion and more to come. So
and did they say how much they made combined with this damn game for after years?
I heard, and this was, I was talking to somebody who might know something, but I don't know, we were discussing it. But if they sold Minecraft today, like around, it would be 6 times, 7 times what they paid for. You know what I mean? So it's become,
because they've invested a lot of money too. They made a lot of money on it, but they've invested, they've expanded it, they've made a lot of stuff for it.
Yeah, but they it's a moneymaker, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying that's why the value would go up so much. The people are like 6, 7 times. Yeah, they've made a lot of additions to it.
Go ahead.
No, I heard China also, when they also started getting into it, they actually were big into buying it. Like that was unexpected.
Now they got a competitor called Minecraft. It's very similar.
But yeah, no, it's a hugely successful IP and great actors.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's so many people that are dedicated to that game. There's so many channels that are dedicated to freaking Minecraft.
Imagine
Like,
forcing
that
yourself to
game
play
will-
Minecraft though every day, Fonz.
No, but these people love it.
Some of them
I
don't.
never saw the appeal. No, I don't see the appeal either. But there are so many fans out there. Of
Dude,
Minecraft.
my
It's
kids
insane.
watch videos daily for hours about Minecraft, and then they go try and do it with their friends. And that's what it is. Like, we don't realize, when we think of Minecraft, we think about building blocks and building houses and this and that. They do all kinds of mini games with it. They're constantly doing different games every other day. My thing is, Tim Dog, maybe you can confirm or deny if they put, because I was interested in that augmented reality that I think they put to rest. Can you confirm or
HoloLens.
deny?
Yeah, listen, there's also the super duper patch. I have asked people, and I never get an answer on that. They're very hush hush on that. But yeah, it looks like they've experimented, and for whatever reason, they do these things like that. Look really cool.
Yeah.
And also the super duper thing. Listen, I was in 2000, I would say 17 or 18. I was in a
boy band?
No, they had basically select people were shown the Minecraft, the super duper update.
Which one is that? Because the 1X Minecraft patch never came out. They said there was issues
like
with
ray
the beta.
tracing and
That
stuff?
yeah, that was the one.
Okay.
Minecraft in 4K.
Hell yeah!
Right. Yeah, but it was. Let me tell you though, it was very impressive.
Yeah,
Um,
the real time ray tracing version, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
it's super demanding.
no. This was for the Xbox One X.
Oh yeah. Okay, I was told
and
I was told some information on that. Why it never came? Did you hear about that?
I heard it couldn't run on Xbox. So
No, it could run. It was just a problem with like the whatever the bedrock fucking basically however the game's made. There's an issue with how they were trying to rebuild it because it's made of different shit that they just weren't.
Sounds about right.
Basically, a bunch of shit mashed together and made a house. Or
That's the damn shit. The game is less than a gig big, man.
something.
I
big
don't know.
man.
It was definitely in reference to the Bedrock. That I heard that. I also heard it couldn't run on Xbox One itself. But what I saw, and obviously it was probably duped up and running on a PC. I don't know why they never released that. I mean, it was so cool. Like the blocks, like light would illuminate off of it, and it just was really cool.
Look, Tim,
but
if they can't get
for whatever
Minecraft running
reason-
on anything, it runs on a fucking cell phone. That's 100%
Yeah.
optimization issues,
But I don't
just like a lot of
understand
games.
why I just don't understand though.
I just don't think they want to. To be quite honest, I just don't think they want to change it. I think
Maybe
that
that's
I think they know what they got.
Because
They
going
know
forward,
that
it wouldn't
it's
be
a seller.
upgradable as easily.
Like,
probably.
well, what's the
Upgraded.
point of ruining what's not broke, right? Like, this thing has sold
Mhm.
over 200 million units in China. The edition
Damn.
there has 400 million downloads. They
Yeah.
have literally 130 million
400?
active
China
mil-
edition,
yeah,
like
in
what,
China.
certain blocks
Yeah,
not
that's
there.
what
or
it's
what?
called. It's called Minecraft China Edition downloads. 400 million.
No
then it
rectangles.
has
Can't build rectangles in that
Minecraft-
version.
The active Minecraft users is 131 million in 2020, and then not to mention the Minecraft Dungeons has over 11 to 12 million people that have played it. This thing is just
Insane.
a massive, like they
You
just
might
are
have
making
the right
bank.
answer. You might have the
They're
best
not.
answer I've ever heard on this. Because I've gotten a lot of people that were upset, and I understand. And they're like, "What's going on with that? We were promised a super duper update." And what's going on? How come we're getting any updates? That's probably the answer. They just don't want to mess something up that's already producing.
This was made by like 3 dudes, like the one guy
Yeah.
that made it and like everything. They just patchworked it together. Probably
Nah.
didn't have anything that was putting in there with code or anything like that. So now this big company comes in, and once you start injecting stuff in there, it's a problem. It's always become a
Yeah.
problem within software development.
Now it's
So
outside
they're
my
not gonna
macros,
mess with
Zalker.
that. Nah, they're just not. They're just not messing with it, man. That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it, especially. And yeah, I think they're just gonna leave it the way it is. Maybe update it here and there, but like the thing with Minecraft is that it's huge in the mod, right? So a lot of
We know
mods get
Minecraft is
graded
fucking
for the-
huge. Like, yes,
no, I'm
it's
talking about
huge.
mods. I'm just talking
Mods,
about mods.
everything. It's huge in everything.
Yeah, it's like they're pulling to Bethesda. Hey, you want this? Mod it, bitch.
Yeah,
and they
like-
did.
And pay for them, bitch.
Yeah, they just mod it and that's it.
Well,
You
I want
want it,
to
you
move forward
can
because we're talking about fucking Minecraft for too long. Minecraft's huge. Like, it's apparently the most successful franchise of all time. And that's to be commended. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
What's happening here?
Yeah, what Joe Rogan? Stupid. And by the way, chat, I'm gonna go through these super chats. If we didn't get to any topics or anything, let me know. If I see any in the super chats, especially, I'm gonna bring them up. But Red X does say, "What's the craziest fake rumor you've heard?" I've heard so many of these fucking things that I don't even remember. Red X, I really don't. I couldn't even tell you. That's how many stupid fake rumors.
The one I heard is that Xbox isn't really owned by Microsoft, and they're trying to buy Xbox. Literally, somebody told me that, and I laughed. I was like, "All right, moving away from that, DM."
Wait,
he
can
literally told me that. He's like,
dude, backflip out the window.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, they don't really own them when you look at it like legally." And I'm like, "Huh?"
When you legally look at it, I'm legally a moron.
Is this guy part of an organization that has to do with winged horses?
Oh no!
Hey, let us know what you think about winged horses down below. Dark CMF does say if wait, I just want to give a shout out to Dark CMF actually. Shout out to him, and then we've got Union. Crap, I think I already got this one too. He's just reminding us that Microsoft worth $2.2 trillion. Shout out to him. And then we've also got Ace Gamer. Shout out to him. $10 super chat. He says, I got invited to play Halo this week. So did I, man. I got invited to play Halo, and I'll be able to this time because I'm not moving. But he just said he got invited to play Halo this weekend, unlike Gas. But he's getting married to his beautiful wife this Friday. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to you.
And he also says that Zucker is a fraud at the end.
He does say that. He says he might need to he might need to sneak the Series X with me for the marriage.
Hey, dealer, we gotta play together.
For when she falls asleep.
You finally get to play.
Shay, Ace Out Gamer, congratulations, man. Hopefully that goes well. Just be aware of the statistics, sir. And being
statistics? How dare you? Statistics on his wedding.
Ace Out Gamer knows I'm kidding.
Married, but
he knows I'm kidding. He knows I'm kidding. Just be smart. Prenup, you know what I mean? Oh my God. No. Shout out to Ace Out Gamer, man. He watches the show all the time. He knows he's a gamer. Chris R does say, which new Xbox studio does the panel think people are sleeping on? Well, apparently Compulsion, like Jez is saying that he was kind of not really looking forward to Compulsion, but after hearing, well, what he heard, Compulsion is now on his radar, and it made him go back and play We Happy Few. So we haven't heard anything from them in a while. Tim was saying that, they wanted to upgrade buildings, and they wanted to kind of be more of a AAA type studio. So whether or not they got that or not is irrelevant. Fact is, they're trying to build bigger and better stuff in their own view. And maybe that'll translate, Tim Dog. Compulsion. What do you think they're working on?
I think they're working on something of what they usually do. It's probably going to be pretty insane. It's probably going to be edgy.
Mind Trip.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I have a feeling that
it'll be their first good game. Awesome.
Well, I mean, they had Contrast, which was like a 77 Metacritic, and then they had We Happy Few, which I think could have done better. It was kind of handled in the wrong way. But from what I've heard, and I do believe that they got their wish. They're getting a studio built, or it's in the process of being built. They're looking to expand to 100 to 120 developers, and they have a game that has been shown off, and it was impressive from what I heard. I heard that Phil saw it and he liked it. Whether that's true or not, I was heard that secondhand. But yeah, I think that they want to be a unique studio, and they want to go ahead with types of stuff that maybe Microsoft might not be comfortable with, because like you talk about We Happy Few, they were talking about we take happy pills, and it was this kind of like stuff that was very edgy. But I do believe that they are looking to have a really creative, definitely crazy type game that's going to be bigger than what they've ever done by far.
So you're saying somebody in that game's going to have legs?
I don't know, maybe happy pills. And, who knows?
Okay.
Well,
no
that's
Lieutenant Dan
that's something that we've seen before, right? We saw the job postings. We saw a bunch of them expanding a lot, and not to mention, they've been really quiet, right? Like they've brought out a game in 2018 and then just been like just in the back chilling, and they've just been expanding, hiring like crazy, getting new buildings, and that's what it is. Compulsion's kind of like this like unknown that nobody really knows what's going on there. Like I just feel like they're being very quiet. And there's another studio that Bethesda has called like Roundhouse Studios, another one that they bought in 2019 that again have been extremely quiet.
Yeah, but look at
So there's just a
their
lot of
history, and it's not like something to hype up Roundhouse, in my opinion.
Well, it's not about like just hyping
Unless they
them up.
bought
It's
Chuck
like-
Norris and made a game where you just roundhouse everything.
Listen, they bought Steven Seagal.
That's far worse.
Speaking on the history, this is one thing that excites me about this acquisition. I think all of these companies, all their deficiencies, like their weak points that they have, all of them being together under one roof, they can share ideas. They can say, "Hey, we're having a problem, with game design, or we're having a problem with this animation, or we don't like the mechanics of this game," and they can just borrow and work with other studios, and just like how the Forza studios work together, and they use they use the engine, and they
Turn
share
changes,
information.
sins, playground, everything, and they just build a map basically.
All these studios, they can work together. Some studio can say, you know what, I like how you have Flight Simulator. We'd like to use some of those assets in the flying section of our game, or we want to make a new Crimson Sky based off of that engine. Like there's so many possibilities. So I'm not underwhelmed by some of the companies that maybe they haven't had like a big successful game. I think that can all change with this acquisition.
Super facts. So compulsion, I guess, would be the answer, right? So yeah, thank you, Chris R. Do appreciate it. New Soul 9. He does say, would you guys rather prefer Xbox to focus on IP or talent? I think they go hand in hand, sir. I think Xbox need new IP. I think Sony have needed new IP. Both of them have introduced very little original new IP this over the last generation. And I think Sony's, in my opinion, has been more significant. That's just my opinion. I would like Microsoft to invest in more new IP, and that's why I always said, if you're redoing Perfect Dark, if you're going to reboot it, it's so old. Nobody wanted a Perfect Dark 3, or after that 2006 piece of shit, whatever it was. Nobody liked that game. Like, let's be honest. It's just 60 right now. It's like, I really like that game.
It was a terrible port.
It was just not a good fucking game. Like Perfect Dark,
That
nobody
game
really
was
cared for.
built.
I'm talking about the
that game was
360 one,
built-
right? Not the N64 one.
Yeah, that game was built for the N64, and when they ported it to the Xbox, remade it, it just did not come across good.
And it's just everything about it, the story, it's just, that's why I always thought the initiative should have just built a new IP, because no one was really asking for a Perfect Dark, except for those radicals and always that Phil, we want to do this and to do this. It's like, no, you want to do this and to do that. If they would have made a new IP, you wouldn't have given a shit because it says Xbox on it. That's the kind of people that Bill is primarily dealing with, right? So
at the same time, though, they have an opportunity to at least use an established franchise that people know what it is and create something new. If they could create a kick-ass action game with new visuals, new gameplay, things that we just would not expect from Perfect Dark, they got a good opportunity. If they do it right, I agree. It could be a smash hit.
I agree.
But
I don't think you're wrong there at all. I'm just saying that if that were also a new IP, because they can do all the same things, and it would be a new IP, they would shut people like me up. They would shut others up, and they would also not enable the critics that ammo anymore. And if you're like me, I like seeing Xbox Ws. I like seeing them take their fucking ammo away from them. And that's a complaint, is we need new IP. And I agree with that. I think we do need new IP.
And I think the new IP thing is I don't think it's happening right now. And I think obviously Redfall, Starfield, those are going to be new and Xbox exclusives. I get that, but
yeah,
for me,
ZeniMax brought a lot of them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, ZeniMax is going to bring a lot of those, and I think that the one with Perfect Dark, I like Perfect Dark on N64 when I was a kid, but to be quite honest, nobody knows what Perfect Dark is anymore. Nobody there hasn't been a game in almost 15 years. Yeah. That's just it. And that game that came out 15 years ago wasn't that popular. So a lot of I guess some people know, man. I know a lot of people know the game here, maybe hardcore, but people that are getting into gaming or people that are going in there, because gaming's expanding every year, right? We could see it by the numbers. They don't know what it is. So yeah, I think D is right. They need to knock this out of the park, and they have to make it good if they want to revive the IP and also just make a damn good game.
All right, I want Fonz's take on the new IP thing real quick, and Drago after that, and then we'll move forward.
No, I was just about to slap Zocker until he fixed what he was saying. But yeah.
What the fuck? Why are you going to be violent towards Lil Zaki?
I think everybody just hit it on the head. They need new IP. You know, I feel the same way when they announced Perfect Dark. It wasn't really a huge thing for me. I don't have a nostalgia thing for Perfect Dark. I really wasn't a fan of the franchise to begin with. But that's not to say the game can't be good and can't be, you know, redone and be fantastic, because it can. I mean, they can make a great game out of it. But yeah, I would have rather seen something totally brand new. And I think most of us would feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're allowed to feel that way. Let us know how you feel down below. Maybe you're like, they needed a new Perfect Dark or my house would explode. You know, everyone's got their own circumstance. Tim Dog said they needed a new Perfect Dark or he was going to ramp his car off. And, you know, he was talking about doing tricks with his car. I said, this ain't Tony Hawk. Tim Dog, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tim Dog? So, I mean, other than that, new IP aside, Microsoft have done a ton, and I think that it's hard-pressed to ask for much more. That's why I said they don't need a superhero game right now. To say they need it is stupid. They just got ZeniMax. They've done more than most companies have ever done when it comes to providing more entertainment.
They don't need it.
We would like it as fans. We would like it.
We want it.
We would like it.
There's a lot of people that want it.
Yeah, myself included, right? We want a piece of that pie. So they don't need it at all, but we would like it a lot. Also, Zauker, Black Ronin, he does see Zauker's RDX voice is fraudulent. His ILP voice is the real one. Yeah, he does use his video voice a lot on this podcast, don't he?
I like my video voice.
Hey guys,
I have a little setting in Premiere Pro. I hit it. It says
it's just the girl, voice. The Zalky voice, the Girl Scout cookie voice.
Zalky voice, and I turn it on.
Oh God. Hey, shout out to Lure Star Killer again. $10 Super J says top two hopeful Microsoft acquisitions are WB Games and Take-Two Interactive. Those are top two. Yeah, for fuck. I mean, if anybody could acquire both of them, it's just game over, right?
Yeah, price tag.
We're looking at monopoly territory there.
Yeah,
man.
you're looking at holy shit. Slow the fuck down. Let's look at this a little closer. Territory. That's just big fact.
Slow down a minute.
Hey guys, if you haven't already, consider hit the like button. Everyone watching, we do appreciate you. Part of the show, make it go. We do thank you very much for checking us out. Tell a friend. Let's try to get closer to 1,000 likes for the show. And of course, let us know your thoughts as we go to the next topic, which is 343 having no plans to bring Halo 5 to PC, which I call bullshit on, at least right now they have no plans, Tim Dog. But I mean, what do you think the odds are that they will bring Halo 5 to the PC like they've literally done everything else almost?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now again.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so to blank mic for a few. Yeah, I agree. I agree that it's they aren't working on it now, but it's going to come. It's probably going to come after they make after they hit with Infinite. I do see it happening. As of they're saying right now that they're not working on it, but they realize that people want it. And they've heard the people talk about it, but right now they're focused on 3-4 on Infinite and Halo MCC. My opinion is that it's probably going to come to Halo MCC possibly, or be an upgrade.
It's like ODST and Reach, right?
Yeah. I think that's going to happen.
They stopped MCC. I think they stopped giving upgrades. Didn't they announce that? Like they're going to stop.
I don't know.
The
guy just the guy. I think Brian.
They're like Sony now. They ain't giving no upgrades.
He did publicly comment that they are just focused on those two games right now. But we've heard they want. Listen, it's a money maker. Why shouldn't PC have the game? It'd be pretty cool on PC. Play it 4K, 120, whatever. Have PC users experience it.
Do you think Locke is in Halo Infinite, Tim? Because maybe they're doing this so they can hashtag kill Locke.
Please.
I don't know. I mean, I'm one of the few people, or I don't know. I shouldn't say the few people, but I was a fan of the Locke character. I just think the way they handled the whole thing was kind of like cheesy. But if they can bring him back and they can make him
give him some charisma, or fucking rewrite him, and that was my problem with him. And the fact that he plays him more than Master Chief in the fucking game.
That's what made us hate him. Like what
right.
I haven't cleared that game because a quarter through it, I'm still fucking locked. Like, what's going on? It's not a Master Chief game. That's the only Halo game I never cleared just because I didn't want to play as Locke, and just because of that, I freaking hate that character. And if they wrote him better, maybe they can redeem him in the next Halo if he's in it. But like, man, like they forced, they messed that up big time, man.
If you want to beat Halo 5, I'll run through the rest of it with you, buddy.
Yeah, me too. Well, they should have never used him at such a prominent role. They shouldn't. They you know, and also the marketing, which was excellent, but it didn't tie into anything that was going into the game. They built him up, and you know, and then it was just like
shout out to Pixel G though. He says, "Oh, here we go with the Locke stuff again." He's a good character. Sorry, man. I disagree. I don't care what the guy does in the game, what he looks like, how he sounds. I want him to be written better. Like, take the same guy, put a better fucking writer on him, like Dell from Gears, right? Or JD, anybody from Gears is written better than Locke, and just put him out there again. Maybe he's in Halo Infinite. Maybe they do a better job with him. A lot of people don't even know that Luke Cage, the guy they modeled him after, which I forget his real name. Somebody told me not long ago, but that's not him voicing the character even. Which has nothing to do with it, but it's 100% his writing. Like, it's actually a separate voice actor with someone else's face scanned into the game, which I just threw out there because it's an interesting fact. But still, like, I think Locke has a lot of potential. I say this because I want better from Locke if he's going to remain in the game. Until then, #kill Locke.
It's interesting, isn't it?
But hey, that's just my opinion, man. It's all right. I think it's something that they could. I wonder if he'll be in Halo Infinite. And Atriox, is Atriox going to be in Halo Infinite? Tim Dog, do you think Atriox will be there?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Atriox is awesome, man. The Halo Wars 2 story was freaking
awesome.
Legit. It was legit.
It was
really
a great
enjoyed.
story.
It was, yeah, and that's just a lot of fun. That Halo Wars 2 game was a lot of fun because of the story, and the gameplay was awesome on the freaking 1X when I played it. But man, that story and that villain, I was like, dude, I want to fight this dude. Like, I was like, I want to fight all these guys here because that's what they looked awesome and intimidating. So yeah.
So let's go ahead and lock ourselves into a new topic. We are going to talk about the call, and again, chat, let us know if we missed any major topics or anything interesting that you'd like us to cover from the community or anything like that. I'm looking through the super chats, make sure I didn't miss any here, but Call of Duty Vanguard, there's some interesting stuff going around this damn beta right now. People are talking about this game looks like a Super Nintendo game right now in beta, and it's crashing boxes hard. Like, is this a thing where games are so unoptimized right now in 2021? You're taking 16 threads of Zen 2, 550 plus gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth with an SSD and a GPU like the one Series X and PS5 has, and you're saying this isn't good enough. You're crashing. I mean, that's a pure optimization issue. While looking like you're running on a Nintendo 64, like, if you guys have seen these pictures, has anyone here seen these? The game in beta form looks. I know it's a beta, and I know it'll look phenomenal at launch. I said this to the same people told me this, but it's kind of odd. Right? These games are shutting boxes down. Disagree? Everyone, you guys like boxes shut down? Or
what I saw with the I think Sledgehammer, right? Whatever the Vanguard beta is, what I saw was multiplayer beta problems with like servers and like lag and like hardcore problems like that.
Yeah, there's some like visual ones too, apparently.
Yeah, and it's like the game keeps crashing on like consoles hardcore, and people are just like, "What the fuck?" Especially like it was on like right because I think it was first on PlayStation. I think that's where the beta was.
And then those frauds.
And then it went to now it's open, right? So I've seen those. I've heard the complaints of that. Which, I mean, I feel like every time there's an online game or multiplayer game that like is like hand in hand. Yeah, so that's, I don't know.
So you saying you love
and the Xbox had and the Xbox the Sledgehammer put out a thing saying Xbox players, we have determined the most graphical errors are related to playing at 120 hertz on 4K. If you reduce to 60 hertz, you should experience a noticeable difference. Please keep reporting bugs. PC players, we are testing a fix for those unable to load into the game. If you're experiencing errors, please send us more errors.
You know what's weird, Zucker? While you say that, I want to throw this out there while I remember. Ray tracing on Cold War is still fucked. Has anybody tried the ray tracing on Cold War? 60 FPS. The map is glitching in and out like fucking crazy. And at launch, you couldn't use the scope with a 2x or more zoom because every time you ADS, the game would hitch like badly. And this is still fucked a year later.
I don't have any idea on how, they code these games or build these games, but it sounds to me anyway, just from a layman's perspective, that these games could use more time in the oven.
Facts.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I feel like you just wrote the book on how they should do it.
Call of Duty Vanguard should have the subtitle "Development Hell." Okay, I've already seen people say that the game at 60 FPS is still broken.
Oh shit!
I also made a tweet of a running record of people who think that Vanguard is going to be trash. Because first of all, it's showing that huge glitch where, you know, the guns turn into like Venom-looking blobs of a mess, you know, that connect to your arm or whatever, and you got no gun. It's just, yeah, pretty much. And it's just messing up the game for everybody. And the second of all, and most important of all, is they've been very public about the anti-cheat measures they've taken when the new Vanguard Battle Royale map drops. And my thing is, why isn't it in the multiplayer, in the beta? Right? Because there's already, you know, cheaters in the beta. Okay? I don't trust them to fix that anti-cheat whatsoever. Let alone the development hell this game has gone through.
And disable I give it Xbox, because Xbox is the only platform right now where you cannot turn fucking crossplay off on Warzone.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
Bullshit, Activision.
Hey, look at most of the games that have had crashing issues. It's these games that constantly have a sequel come out year after year, or maybe even 2 years. I mean, look at games like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty. These games are crashing and stuff. They try to force themselves into a certain timeline. Okay, we have this long to get this done, and it's coming out hell or high water. And that is the problem. I think these developers need to just take their time and make sure these games are all ironed out before they place them, you know, into any kind of marketplace. I'm tired of buying these buggy games. Like, these games need to be fixed. They need to be running properly day one.
Facts.
They need it.
Oh, Drago, you had a question?
I think you blanketed statement me right there, Fonz. But I got a question for I'll ask it anyways. What's more important? A game crashing every now and again? Because most of those crash bugs get fixed before the game comes out. Most of them. And you'll get one randomly, I'm sure, here and there. But is that a bigger deal, or is cheating a bigger deal? Or, you know, like, what's the biggest faux pas that Call of Duty could make to you when this game releases?
So if you had to choose between cheating and crashing,
Duty, honestly,
someone else to talk to.
Let's say it's Destiny, Fonz. Let's say the next Destiny comes out and you had to choose between. I say fucking fix them both. But
if one, for me, it's all the bugs, and to me the bugs are just the worst. At
least you can go through a single player,
because,
you know, for a bit.
Because that's something that people aren't really trying to get around things to cheat or whatever. This is just solely on the developer themselves. The fact that when they place a product out there into the wild and it's just not running good, it's not optimized, it's got problems. That is solely on the developer, and it should be fixed day one. That's my issue. We've seen too much of this for years, man. Way too much.
Yeah.
Well, yep. I would say it's what Titan's talking about. All of the above, man. Fix all of it. Like, that's what it is. Like, if the game crashes while I'm in the middle of a multiplayer game, I'm going to get pissed off. If I get hacked on, I'm going to get pissed off. So it's like everything, all of the above needs to be fixed.
Don't piss me off.
And the reason why there's a lot of hackers in the beta is because they don't have the anti-cheat, because it's using the old anti-cheat of the Warzone, which has been already compromised, and they just haven't updated it because they suck. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people have anti-cheat. So these anti-cheat, these cheaters are actually coming onto PlayStation networks and onto Xbox and are cheating in everything because they're connecting through their
primarily through the crossplay PC.
But they're pushing. Yeah. Let's say, okay, so COD, you know, they're pushing the fact that they have 4K 120 frames, and then they're going to tell you, hey guys, don't use that. Use the other one because that one's broke. No, fix it, damn it.
Don't use the ray tracing. It fucks your game. Fix it.
If this is there, I think this is going to be there during launch if they don't postpone it. If it's there during launch, yeah. But if it's during a beta and they're getting shit figured out, like, hey, whatever, it's a beta, right? I get it. Like, you're going to start doing stuff, whatever. If you have an anti-cheat that hasn't come out because you don't want it to get compromised during the beta, because you're basically now all these hackers.
Are they scared of it getting compromised during the beta? How pathetic is that?
Well, they want to sell that the anti-cheat is a reason why you should pick it up and try it.
Like I'm just saying, tie in everybody's getting compromised in every company. Like it's not everybody's getting hacked, bro. That's just the life. That's why cybersecurity is so important.
You got smaller games like Psychonauts 2 that a lot of money wasn't poured into, like Vanguard, and you got a game that wasn't broken when it launched.
Well, Vanguard's not launched yet. Vanguard's
not launched.
No, it's not launched yet, but it's close, right? It's close, right?
Psychonauts isn't a multiplayer game.
I'll wait until the game launches.
I realize that, but you can't advertise 4K 120 frames and then say, "Oh, it's broken." Don't use that, guys. Use the 60.
But in the beta form, that's the point of it, is to find beta issues.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
When's it due? When's it due? When's it
November 5th, right?
Oh, geez, in a month and a half. Okay, yeah.
I mean, my point is, Gears didn't even have textures. Gears 4 didn't even have textures in the beta, and it was perfect when it came out. So,
well, remember when Assassin's Creed Valhalla dropped, day one, the bears didn't have textures. Polar bears didn't have textures. And
motherfuckers like, it maxes out the Xbox Series X. It's like, the bears don't have textures, dumb shit, shut up.
Yeah,
it's clearly they texturized the bears later when they had the time they needed.
But this has been my problem for years, and I've stated this on the show. We all have the fact that these games are being released not finished. It's obvious. Like, take your time. Who cares if it doesn't come out in November? Put it out in February, March.
Battlefield.
Nobody gives a damn. If they like COD, if they like Battlefield, if they like these games, they'll buy it whenever it drops. You make a good game, and you put it out there, people will buy it. I think
it's the holiday seasonal rush, and companies got to. I'm getting into that.
Who gives a crap?
Companies got to adapt to the whole pandemic thing, where people are just buying shit a lot more than they were anyway. Like, they're gonna buy shit when they buy it, and if anything, you might make a similar amount of money because you're not having Black Friday sale when your game's out there already discounted by half and all this stuff.
My thing is, this is Call of Duty. This is Call of Duty. They should be able to fix these glitches, which we have already seen in the past from previous Call of Duties. They should be able to fix those glitches with their eyes closed by now. Fucking Zocker can fix that shit by now, probably.
Yeah, Zaki, fix it, you fuck.
Zocker, why haven't you fixed it yet?
I don't know, because I don't want to hack them, honestly, man, obviously every game development is different. It's different people, right? Working on it, and they're making everything different and upgrading their engine, or whatever they're doing on the back end is what they're doing. So again,
what they're doing is what they're doing, man.
Activision, it's like, honestly, it's like, what else can you do? Like, who knows? Adding more things, optimizing it better. Who knows?
As long as they're using the Modern Warfare engine, not the Cold War engine, I'm good or something.
Well, there's no new engine here with Vanguard. Definitely. Have you seen it?
I don't know, man. I know it's gonna look good, man. I ain't worried about that.
I'm not worried about it.
If you played any of the latest Call of Duties, the shit looks good. Like, it looks good.
I heard they built it from the ground up for the PS5.
They built it from the ground up for the extra sketch.
Like, who knows, man? Like, honestly, at this point, it's just who knows? Like, I know the biggest things are the server crashes and the hackers, which, of course, that's what people are going to be complaining about the most. So
yeah. No, Noof Nukem says he feels bad for the developers forcing this out, and it's not, as Noof knows, it's not their choice. They don't want to put Battlefield out this year either. That's what I'm told. So they want to put it out in 2022. They think they'd have enough time, and they don't want all these issues. But holiday, seasonal rush, Santa Claus ain't patient, bitch. He wants his shit. Put it in a red sack and let's go.
And I know you say you don't care about, like, the holiday, like, push and all that, but people don't spend a lot of money in January, February.
Exactly. Like, I know that. I'm just saying, like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why these fuckers just push it out. Like, they're just like, we gotta get there. It's like, dude, chill. Like,
well,
damn.
if there was any title to kind of test that, Call of Duty would be the #1 title to go to, right? Because it just sells like gangbusters no matter what the game looks like. So that'd be a really good test. I hope they do delay it.
And if you haven't played 2019 Modern Warfare campaign, and then secondly, Infinite Warfare, Randolph Thor told me about that one. Seemed did Lethal Boss Mod. He told me Infinite Warfare campaign was fire. Like, both of those campaigns are fucking amazing. You got to play through those, guys. Chat, let us know your thoughts on those. I'm not seeing any other topics in the chat. So I think
Marlesco says that, unfortunately it's due to their shareholders, and he's correct, 100% right. That's why they push
the shareholders.
The dates. No, they should say that eventually.
I know they
developers do need to get it. I know, but they need to get these games right. I mean, come on, they're not going to push this back. Vanguard's coming out, no matter if it's broken or what. It'll be out day one. If it's a mess, it's a mess. It sucks, but that's the way it is.
Well, let's just see till it launches. I don't know, man. Who cares? It's Call of Duty. It's going to come out anyways, right? Every year it does.
Yep.
So there you go. And it's one of the most, and it's going to be one of the best-selling games of the year. On top of that.
Well, let's get a few shout-outs here. Purple Haze does say, do you think Microsoft should purchase the studio making Black Myth? What is that? Wukong.
Wukong. Black Myth. Wukong.
I haven't seen it.
That's the one with the little Monkey Souls-ish type game running on Unreal Engine 5. It's beautiful, gorgeous. People were talking about it.
Well, if that's the case, by fucking piece of shit. What's that game called? It looked like a Dreamcast demo when we actually booted it up in person. Fucking
Cyberpunk?
Bright Memory Infinite. Cyberpunk. Stupid fuck. I don't know, man. I think they should buy a quality team. You know what team people need to talk about more is the guys made Inside, Limbo, and Summersville Playdead. See what it takes to get those guys. They make masterpieces. And I ain't even kidding about that.
You guys heard Quantic Dream is making a new Star Wars IP, right?
Really?
QuickTime Simulator?
Their contract is done with Sony, and they are now signing with Disney, making a new Star Wars IP.
Interesting. So you can expect a lot of slow decision making.
Interactive movie.
Which one of y'all love Detroit Become
I know
Human?
Ubisoft is making one. And somebody put in the chat, anime, he said that Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn sold well in February. Yeah, gaming's changed the last 4 years. February, people didn't release shit. And then Sony started releasing stuff, and then now it's every year. Remember when they used to never release anything in summer?
Yeah, but
no, I'm just saying big games, man. A lot of people they wouldn't release shit in summer. Remember,
fucking Witcher 3 came out in March.
No, we used to complain. We used to complain all the time that all the games would come around from
holiday
October
season.
till December.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Yeah, but gaming
it
is
used,
around.
it used to be really dry till March, man. Really dry.
Even back then with Tomb Raider, they were like, "We need to it's got to come out," and then they put it in between Fallout and Battlefield or whatever.
Here, die / don't die.
Yeah, they're like, die at this little.
But it didn't die though. That's the thing. Apparently they got paid $100 million for that little Tomb Raider deal in 2016. Plus the game sold 10 million copies or some shit. Splendiferous, shout out to you. He says, great show. By the way, guys, this is my gamertag account. My name is Horace. Shout out to you, Horace. Nice to see you in the chat. Now that we know that that's you. But yeah,
Disney is just killing it, man. Disney is putting out so many games, man. All the Marvel games and stuff, and you've got all the Star Wars games. It's crazy. Disney's got.
They've announced a lot of games. I don't know. I'm waiting for. I know Ubisoft. Ubisoft is working on a Star Wars game also.
Well,
apparently
they put out your favorite Marvel game, Avengers.
I love it. It's so good.
Shout out to Obi-Wan.
Shout out to Obi-Wan.
Shout out to Obi-Wan.
Oh, he wanted to slit his wrist that day when we were talking to him.
Why you gotta take it that deep and dark, Fonzarelli?
Why you gotta go that far?
Fonzarelli Gaming, YouTube.Twitter.
Because it was hilarious. He got so mad. I remember he was getting so defensive on that.
Yeah, he was like, "It's fine if Hulk has to punch someone 16 times." Shout out to Obi. We were giving Obi some shit.
It's an RPG.
He loves the flying in that game more than Anthem. You don't.
All right, guys. All right, quit it. Obi-Wan's amazing. You guys are frauds. I'm on your side, Obi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Number one culprit over there.
No, that is not true, Obi. I talked to Obi on the phone today. He told me that he likes turtles.
Here's how it went down. I jump in a party with Obi and Dealer goes, "Hey, guess what? Talk to Obi about Avengers." Starts laughing. Yeah.
Hey, anyway, I'm not exposing Obi like this, though, all right? Obi's OG.
It's me, Mario, right?
Oh, shit. Hey, shout out to Lord Starkiller, channel member for 12 months. Look at that platinum badge. Shout out to all the channel members, by the way. He says he agrees. It's me, Mario. He agrees game should be released when ready, of course. But some of the games... companies are, they're basically saying what we were saying. They're tied to the holiday release, ready or not. And ultimately, what it comes down to, man, is the fact that is that a good thing for me and you or not? And the answer is always no. So fuck those guys. Release a finished product. That's what I say. I get that they're worried about their money, but ultimately, they don't understand that goodwill has a longevity tied to it. And you saw this with Cyberpunk. You erode that, you smash every single little fucking stupid mistake and dumb lie and bullshit you do. it's running better than we thought on the old consoles. That stuff erodes away goodwill, and you cannot buy this stuff. So, as a company, take care of your Master Chiefs, your Marcus Phoenixes, your Kratoses, your Nathan Drakes, anything you release, your Avengers. You need to leave the gamers with a good feeling that they brought the last one and they want the next one. And that's worth more than any bonus or boost to holiday sales, at least in any kind of longevity term. That's what I would think.
That's why on this show we've always pushed the fact that delays are not a bad thing.
Never. That's why Horizon Zero Dawn delayed. A lot of people are laughing like, "What do you know? This is a good thing. Finish the damn game."
Yep.
So again,
quality.
I forgot about that guy.
What we want. That's what we want.
Sipping a J-Tech. Hey, let's go ahead and end the show. All right. We want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. You guys are amazing, absolutely fantastic. You drive the show. You make it what it is. Shout out to Relic. Shout out to BFG. Shout out to anyone else in the chat panel. Want to give people shout outs as well. Go ahead. But Jason B. David, VGS, Valorian, shout out to you, brother. Always seeing you in the chat, man. All the guys that are here every single week, you're amazing. All the channel members with the badges and the colored names, and of course the patrons. You're in the scroll. All the shout out patrons, all that stuff as well. Thank you for what you do.
I'd like to shout out a guy who's not been in our chat for quite some time, and that is, of course,
the man with the million.
He's in the chat. He's just not in the chat.
Shout out to him.
He's not even awake yet. Stop giving him shit.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, you're right.
Why you guys talk shit about Ram? Ram's a good friend. He's just a little fraudulent sometimes, like all of us, you know?
He gets up around what, 7?
Well, roll over and wake him up, Fonz, all right? Now we're going to end the show. Hey, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, we're going to do some outros. Fonz, really tell people what you've been playing and where can people find you besides Rain's house?
Playing Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, and having a good time with that 1999 game. No, having a good time with it. Great game. You can find me at Fonzarelli Gaming right here on YouTube, and and Twitter. You can find me at jfonzarelli. That's it.
Ooh-wee. Hey,
Can I just say Pong Soul said, "Take care of your Joels." Oh wait.
Take care of your Joel.
Jason B. No, I did not say acquisitions. We have go back to the beginning of the show if you want to hear about acquisition and all that stuff and all our take on that stuff. All too many times people on Twitter don't actually watch and know what we said and then say we said things we didn't say. So we had a little fun with that topic there. Shout out to you, Donnie, as well.
I'll give you a clue though. No big news.
Trash. Hey, shout out to everyone in the chat again. Hey, Bonds or D-Batch, show me where they can find you, buddy. And what have you been playing?
You can find me on Twitter, D_Batch, YouTube, D-Batch. I've been playing Kenya, Bridge of Spirits.
Ken Norton.
The name.
Like
I get the name fucked up all the time. I know, Kenna.
It's Kenna, not Kenya.
Ken Shamrock, Bridge of Spirits.
But yeah, I've been playing that. I uploaded some footage to my channel today, like the first 25 minutes, 4K, 60 FPS, running on a 3090. So if you want a good idea of how the game looks and feels, I think that 25 minutes gives you a little grasp of the game. I've been kind of fixing a lot of stuff around the house. My PlayStation, I put some new black blades on it, installed my SSD. So
I saw that.
Yeah, those blades are sexy, and I got a lot of shit actually for putting in my SSD first before I did the update. Like, oh, you idiot! How'd you put your SSD in there before the update? Da, 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 da.
It's like, well, we don't have to do that at all on Xbox. You fucking fucks.
Yeah,
when he said that he was doing stuff around the house, I was like, man, are we supposed to talk about our chores now? Yeah,
hell yeah. Tell me about how you fold your socks, bitch.
I mowed my lawn. Yeah, did some dishes,
did some laundry.
My wife beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, but they gave me so much shit for that. And like honestly, like you would expect for it to work. Maybe just not be recognized. You hit the update, then it sees it. Because like on PC, you just kind of just plop it in there. So whatever, man.
So trash.
Whatever, man. He just threw that freaking PS5 in the trash. He was like, whatever, man. I got a 3090.
Toonie FV Famas says happy 10th anniversary for Gears of War 3. Shout out to you, buddy. That was Cliffy B's last good game. Shout out to you,
Cliffy anniversaries. Next year is our 5th year anniversary.
Is it?
RDX.
Holy fuck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, next year, 5th year.
Man, I remember the day one, episode 1 RDX, guys.
Wow.
I'll just say, man, the community support behind the show from the beginning, it already, had dwarf shows that have been running for 10 years plus, so it's crazy that You guys have done this for us, and we do appreciate it, Chad. Seriously, thank you. I don't say it a million times for no reason. I mean it.
Yep. Seems like yesterday I was just peddling false information from Ubisoft. Wow.
Yes. He lied to me.
3 years ago today.
He told me it was 60 frames. Hey,
the guy that was running a kiosk over here, he said that. I was like, what?
Hey, Titan Drago, brother, thanks for coming on and guesting, man. It was kind of a shorter show, lesser topics this week, but we try to keep it interesting the whole time, and that's the price we pay. We have a little bit of shorter show, but thanks for kind of giving your opinions, and as always, man, nice having you on. Tell people where they can find you, and where the fuck are all the music videos at?
I got to get my voice back first, man. I do too much yelling on podcasts. Dealer, it's been awesome, man. Always fun hanging out with you in this really fun and really respectable panel. And props to the people that, take my verbal jabs and retaliate and have fun and laugh about anything. That's the type of person I am. I don't trash talk. I don't take trash talk between friends offensively, and that's why I think
that's how this shows works, man.
Yeah, that's why me and you hit it off from the beginning, years and years ago, back before 2017. But you guys can catch me going right over to Noof Nukem's channel after this show.
Shout out to Noof.
As soon as this show ends. Yeah, shout out to Noof. We do Gaming After Dark, where you'll see two of the funniest mugs that, they introduce comedy and improv to gaming. And then you got me, just bringing the common back to sense.
Well, it's good having you on the show, man. And you know what? That just flashbacks. I get hit with a right cross from Tyson every time you say that, because it just sends me back to 2017 when I first started talking to you.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna bring you some new taglines. Some sits back to common. We're gonna change it up a little bit. No, seriously though, thanks for coming on, brother. We got to give a shout out to Tim Dog, because Tim Dog is part of the show too. And Tim, what have you been playing, and where can people find you, brother?
Hey! You can find me on Twitter, xCloud Tim Dog, and I've been playing Hades, and I have to say, I've been playing mostly on xCloud because they've been. I had to get my car fixed, so I had my car. I wasn't home all weekend.
Koji's ramping it.
Yeah, but I have to say, it's funny. I had to take an L. I made fun of that game last year at the Game Awards. But if you have a chance, it's on Game Pass. It's awesome.
Which game is that?
It's a really good game. Hades.
Oh, Hades. Hades.
Yeah, Hades. It's a really good game, and I'm well into it. I've died about 55 times, but it's just like I said. Anybody who hasn't played it, give it a try. It's really a gem.
A damn good game.
Yeah, I keep hearing nothing but good things about it, man. How far are you into? Do you think you're going to be able to beat it? Is it like super hard?
Yeah, it's super hard. It's a much more of a grind. Like, so basically you die, and each time you die, you get a little stronger, or each playthrough, you gain a little more darkness, you gain a little bit more, you gain a little more strength. You find out, like, there's different weapons, there's 5 different weapons. And a lot of them you power up. There's all different types of combinations you can go with. So every playthrough is different. So there's playthroughs where you just don't have the right combination and you kind of suck. But then there's playthroughs where you really pick the right stuff and you're really super powerful and you're doing really good. So I would say the game's definitely hard. It's grindy. But it's, for me, it's a lot of fun. I haven't had a lot of fun like this in a while. I just love the way it's just the story, everything that's built into and just the way it is. It's definitely a game that I'm going to finish.
Ooh, Lethal Papa Thanos, the guy in the chat. I love to see it.
Yes, and I've also been playing Psychonauts, which I really am enjoying. It's a slow roll for me. I'm kind of, if I get to a game, I'll play Hades first, and then I'll play some. I got the NBA 2K and Madden, the 2 updates. I have to say, EA has to really step up their game. I've never really felt this disenchanted.
Disenchanted.
Like they have to next year either cut previous gen support off. They have to just make next gen.
Trust me, it's Madden. It's not their problem. It's not their problem at all. Their problem is they don't give a fuck and they sign an exclusive contract.
It's that it really is. And 2K, same thing. Like, gotta gotta up your game. Really disappointed in both.
2K still have the damn issue where, the boxes are turning off. I saw Xbox support tweet out about it recently. Like 2K22, they had a whole year to fix this with 2K21. Didn't fix it. It got a little better. Game still had AIDS after a year. Okay? 2K22 still got the same fucking issue, apparently. And now there's a fucking dunk meter. It pisses me off. They got so many meters on this game. I turn the shot meter off, trash, get rid of all this bullshit. Now they got a fucking dunk meter when you use down on the right stick. I'm trying to dunk on everybody's Derrick Rose, and now I got to hit I got to blend off the stick on time, or you're fuck face, you miss it.
Yeah.
Stupid. Get rid of the meters, get rid of the UI, less of that, not more. I'm sorry, Stalker. What's your information? What you been playing? Where people find you, buddy?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Zalker87, YouTube Zalker87. I've been playing a shit ton of games. Beat Second Extinction, the whole campaign, and did a bunch of other deployments. This game's fun as hell. I just like shooting a bunch of dinosaurs, bodies flying everywhere. It's a fun damn game. Been playing that Aliens game. Another fun game. Just fun and just play with your buddies, and that's it.
Play World War Z with us, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing World War Z yesterday with Dealer and everybody, and we're having a good time with that also.
That's a much better game than those other two.
Dude, it's... World War Z is one of my favorite co-op games I've played in a long time. I remember we played it 2 years ago, and we're playing it again. That's how good that game is. I think
2019, bro. 2019 is when the thing came out, and this update is legit as fuck. And the Aliens game actually tried to rip some things from this, and it's like, you fucks, you know, Aliens is the opposite. Like, the movies dealt with very few opposition, but they were super sneaky. They killed a lot of people. And this is the opposite. World War Z is they tried to do the Aliens fire team Delta farts after
Alien, this. I think they went more with Alien versus Predator, where I think the
Predators deal with a ton of them, not the humans.
Exactly. I think they're just trying to mix it in together. I enjoyed it. But outside of that, then Kenna. That's what I'm going to be playing for the rest of the week, and hopefully it's a decent game.
I got big news, Zaki.
Yeah, what's that?
I took my PS5 out of the box and I put it on the ground.
Wow.
I'm baby step, y'all.
Wow, progress.
The most talented. It is progress, but then I realized I was using the power cord for another Xbox in the other room.
Jump roping with it.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to see how many Sony guys can make mad on Twitter.
Nerd.
Talk about me for 3 days, bitches. I don't care. Anyway, Zalker, tell us what you ate during the show.
I had a peach.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, and as always, thanks to the chat for showing up and listening. We do appreciate you guys. Still nearly 1,000 are sitting here and listening to us.
Did you say he had pizza?
Yeah, I had pizza.
At least you muted your mic, though.
I had pizza.
I had pizza, guys. Did you have any little bits of hair on your microphone?
I don't know.
Hey, shout out to Zimmy. But seriously though, guys, we gotta go. Thanks for checking us out. Follow me at dealer_gaming, dealer_I on Xbox Live. And I'm finally kind of moved in, settled in, and just kind of playing, I didn't make a video this week because I wanted to do more of what I love, which is gaming, right? So I've played 27 games over the past 2 weeks, and I've just been playing a lot of games. And World War Z is a big one. Me, Chris Grinnell, Zalker, of course, a ton of different people have been playing this game. So it's
Lethal Papa was playing with you guys.
Lethal
today,
was
right?
in there today, yeah. And again, I got a lot of footage of this game we'll be using over the next couple of months, but this is a game that I don't know what it looks like at full quality yet because I haven't watched the stream back, but it should look really, really indicative at 1080p though, not 4K.
It looked good. After you told us to look at it, I was looking at the stream and I did notice the quality is much better. You improved the bit rate, so it's much cleaner, man.
Yeah, that's a little bit of the hardware sharpening and stuff, and the bit rate's about the same. See, smarter, not harder. But
clean.
But hey, again, we've been playing Art of Rally as well. Me and Colt were playing that in the party last night, and that little game, surprising. The levels with all the little tombstones, all the rally drivers that have died before you. Those levels are a little tricky. You got to avoid the stones on the side of the roads. But that game is kind of unexpectedly fun for me too. And then also Alien Fireteam Elite, a little bit of 2K22 when the game isn't complete garbage. And then of course. God, I can't even. Oh, Batman Arkham Asylum. Played a couple hours of that yesterday. That game is one of the only ones I've ever heard of on console that runs at 45 frames per second. Now you're thinking, what the fuck? I know, right? If you have variable refresh rate on, I had a 77CX in the living room, I was on the 1X playing it, right? Variable refresh rate. And that game at 45 frames with VRR, it was pretty fucking smooth. In the campaign. And the challenge maps on Arkham City and Arkham Asylum and 1X, so the Series X has the 1X patch and the 1X, you get 60 FPS on the challenge maps anyway. So 45 frames on Arkham Asylum, it was a really interesting experience. It was actually really enjoyable, and just wanted to try it. So that game is just still so good. Like, 12 years later? Still really, really good. And I really hope that Batman Arkham Knight RTX remaster, if that's real, hopefully they do update that for Xbox, because you do sell a trilogy pack that says it's enhanced, and not all of them are enhanced, for one, so you should probably enhance them. But secondly, it's Arkham Knight, enhance all those games, double the frame rate. Maybe I should reach out to someone at Xbox to see whether or not FPS boosting those games to 85 frames per second. I don't care, whatever. Anyway, a lot of games, a lot of fun, trying to get back in it, fall back in love with all of it, and it's definitely working. Call of Duty as well. And there's another one I've been playing, but I can't remember. It's a very consistent game we've been playing. But anyway, you can check it out. My game card's open. And follow everyone here. Bunch of great guys. Tim, Fonz, D, of course, Zalker, Titan Drago. Great guys. So check them out. I mean it. Seriously, let us know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, bell icon. And we will see you next week. You guys are amazing.
Later, everybody.
Peace.
I like turtles.
Hit the like button.
Ow.
Stop forcing the like button.